Hello, I'm Rex Vasalio, and this is Just Press Play. And in this place, we talk about life, culture, and faith, and how it affects us as Christian believers. I work in GCF South Metro Church as part of the pastoral staff. Part of what I do is I go to different places and meeting various people. Because of my vocation, I was able to go to Legazpi, to Iloilo, Jensan, Polomolok, Rizal, Batangas, a lot of places. And I was also given the opportunity to go to Singapore, Malaysia, and even Thailand. For those who love to travel, you would agree with me when I say that each place has its own story to tell, and each people that you meet has their own unique journeys. Being in such places and meeting such people are some of the things that I really miss nowadays. Now, amongst the many people that I met in my stay in the many places I've been, there's one person that changed my perspective when it comes to helping people. I was in Lucena for 6 months because I was sent by the church to help the church plant there. And I remember there's this one morning, someone knocked on the door. One Sunday morning, someone knocked on the door. And I opened the door and I saw a rugged, dark-skinned man. A rugged-looking, dark-skinned man. And he asked if he can have some water and some food. If he have some spare food and if he can refill the water bottle that he has. I welcomed him, gave him food, and gave him water. I also asked his name. His name is Dante. And in our conversation, he shared his story. Living the Filipino dream, he was in the States for quite a while with his family. He was working there, but he decided to go back to the Philippines because there's no other place like home. He went to Tacloban, his hometown, where he started his own poultry. He invested all things, all the money that he had in that business. Together with his family, they were living peacefully. But Yolanda struck his life. When Yolanda struck Tacloban, he lost his wife, he lost his children, and he lost his only source of income, his poultry business. He has no money, no family. And one of the things that he decided to do was go to his in-laws to ask for help. When he visited their in-laws, they blamed him for the death of their daughter. So they pushed him away, cursing him and telling him not to go back again. Now that's hard. And because of that incident, Dante stayed for Tacloban for a lot of months, being a beggar and asking help for people. He was given the opportunity to go to Cebu. And in Cebu, he stayed there for quite a while. He became a beggar there as well until there was one good Samaritan who helped him to go across the sea and go to Sorsogon. In Sorsogon, he traveled by foot and went to Lucena. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with how far that is, that's almost 400 kilometers. But technically, he didn't just journey on foot from Sorsogon to Lucena, but he journeyed on foot from Tacloban to Cebu, and someone was able to help him to cross a boat from Cebu to Sorsogon until I met him in Lucena. They asked him where he's headed, and he's headed to Baguio, to his only relative. Now, I want us to pause for a while and want you to think what you're thinking right now. If you met such person, you might think that, nah, this is not real. All the things that he did, this sounds so surreal. You know, I feel you because as Filipinos, we usually doubt this kind of things. When someone asks for help, when someone tells them their story, especially with a lot of things, we usually think this is a modus operandi. This is just a syndicate. They're just fooling us. And I don't blame you because I felt the same thing when I encountered Kuya Dante. I felt the same thing when I was talking to him. I'm thankful to the conversation we had because of that, I discovered that what he is saying is true. He's saying the truth. He showed me different certifications from the different cities he's been through, acknowledging that he is indeed a Yolanda survivor. But you know what got me? In one of his journeys, he met and he stayed and someone helped from the satellite church that we had in Naga, GCF Naga. GCF's Naga said to Kuya Dante, if he comes across a GCF church along his journey, visit that church because for sure that church will help him. And that's why he came knocking at GCF Lucena back then. At the end of our conversation, I asked Kuya Dante if I could give him a ride to Manila, drop him off in a terminal to a bus station going to Baguio. But surprisingly, he said no. I also offered some money to help him in his journey, but he also said no. He just needs food and water. And I asked him, Kuya Dante, why are you journeying from Tacloban to Baguio on foot? Why are you walking? And he told me that the reason behind this is because he's blaming himself for the loss of his wife and for the loss of his children. And it is way of his grieving. And it's also his way of repenting from the decision of going back to the Philippines. You know, if I didn't listen to him, if I did not converse with him, he could have been one of those people that I've pushed thinking that this is just a modus operandi. I would have missed the opportunity to help one who is truly in need. And when I met Kuya Dante, I learned that I shouldn't let myself be hindered in helping those who are truly in need just because someone took advantage of my compassion before. I acknowledge that we don't have time. I acknowledge that we don't have the luxury of time to always have conversation to those people whom we are going to help. But I pray and I hope that we will be less doubtful and more trusting in the people we help. At the end of the day, our accountability is how we respond when someone needs our help. Their accountability is what they do with the help that they get. You know, you'll never know the story of each person. You'll never know the story of each people you meet. But I pray that when there's an opportunity to help, I hope that you will not let yourself be hindered in helping those who are truly in need just because someone took advantage of your compassion before. Personally, I've decided when I can, when there's an opportunity, I will help. As I close, let me introduce to you to John Wesley, an English revivalist. John Wesley is earning 30 pounds each year, and his living expenses is 28 pounds. And back then, he decided to give 2 pounds to the poor. So, what he did was, he stuck to his 28 living expenses. With 30 pounds of income, he gave 2 pounds to the poor. The next year, he earned double. He's now having an income of 60 pounds. But surprisingly, his living expenses didn't change. He still lived and focused and kept that 28 pounds living expenses and gave 32 pounds to the poor. By next year, he is now earning 90 pounds. And still, he kept that 28 pounds living expenses and he gave the 62 pounds to the poor. He did this for years, and there was even a time where he was earning 1,400 pounds. Still, he kept within his living expenses and the rest he gave to the poor. Most of us may not be able to live like John Wesley. We love to buy things from Lazada or Shopee. We love to do online shopping. We also love eating outside or having food delivered in our homes. At the same time, we also love to travel. But we may not be able to live like John Wesley, but we can practice and develop the same heart and the same habits. Just like what SM people always say, I'm ready to serve. As for us, I hope that we are always ready to help. Again, this is Just Press Play, and you can find us in all of the socials: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's Just Press Play PH. If you want to be prayed for or talk about something that you want to get off your chest, you can message us or email us justpressplayph@gmail.com. Again, I'm Rex Vasalio, and as I pray that may God bless us all, may we also be ready to bless others as well.